Hello, welcome back to Geekonomics. Today I'll be teaching you about essay structure within GCSE economics. I'll break down the processes and help you with your structure so you can boost your answers and your marks. First of all, you need to identify the command words like evaluate or explain. These will always tell you how to approach your answer. Then you should pinpoint the key economic concept you need to address, and you should remember to consider both sides of the argument for full marks. Next, you should be focusing on using the PIL structure. Your P should be your point, where you should be making your argument clear. Your first E should be explaining. You should break down your argument logically and, explain what it means. Next, your next E should be an example. You should use a real-world case study or theory to prove why what you're saying is right. And finally, the L is link. You should tie it back to the original question and stay focused. Next, you must analyze both sides of the argument. While you should be providing strong arguments, you should also be discovering counter-arguments and short-term and long-term effects, and how different stakeholders, or consumers, or firms might be affected, so you get all perspectives on the side of an issue. The next most important part is evaluation. Evaluation is very, very key for high marks. You need to look at different perspectives and say, this depends on, or this can happen sometimes. You need to always be saying different ways things can happen. So you always have a clear and concise opinion. And finally, you should end with a conclusion that summarizes your key points and gives a good final judgment. You should avoid introducing new ideas, and just answer the question concisely. And here's a few bonus tips. You can use diagrams, like supply and demand graphs when relevant. You should be spending about 20 minutes on a 15-mark question. And you should be using economic terminology to show your understanding. Alright, let's apply this to a simple question. Should the government increase the minimum wage? So first, you need to define your key terms and make your argument clear, which is why we're going to be defining minimum wage, and we're going to be stating why minimum wage should be, or maybe why it shouldn't be. Next, we need to evaluate some counter arguments. Yet again, what is the reason it couldn't be good? And then we explain that. And then finally, we make an evaluation and conclusion. We state that why these things would happen, and then we conclude if this would be the correct option for the firm, for the government. And now, let's have a quiz. Which of these two paragraphs do you think is better? I'll let you pause so you can read them. Right, now you're back. Comment which paragraph you thought was better. And now we'll reveal the answer. It was paragraph B. This is because, if we go back to them, the first one was vague, it lacked evidence, and it didn't develop the points. But the second one, it followed the PIL structure, it provided clear examples, and it linked back to the question. And it had more perspectives, which were also stronger. And now it's your turn. Pick one of the following questions.